Again, it comes down to the social media side.
Yeah.
The HMRC isn't looking too
they
healthy,
don't give
so
a
they're making sure
monkeys.
that the social media looks lit. Do you understand what I mean? Like,
Yeah, a lot of people are renting watches.
Yeah, like, it's crazy,
bro. Renting cars, like,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's all about being authentic to yourself.
Boom. Welcome back to another episode of the Energizer podcast.
A podcast that leaves you charged up.
All the way. It's 2023. We're on a new vibe right now. You understand?
Yeah. Top of the year.
New year, who dis? You understand? New me and that. We're starting it off, kicking off the year with a well-requested guest. Not even the first time he's been on, he's come back again because that's how high value the man
is. He's the
is.
second time, you know.
Is
first
he?
person to come on the podcast twice.
Bro, there's a good reason for that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my boy. We got my boy Elijah in the building today, man.
Appreciate it, man. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Everything's good, man.
Yeah. Good to see you, my G, man. It's been, what? How long has it been since you last came on? Like 6 months now, 7 months?
Yeah, it was like April, innit? April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's changed during that time, bro?
Just working, man. Working, literally working my side hustles. Just staying my head down in the gym, man. Standard, really.
Yeah.
No, rate still.
Yeah.
So, just jumping in quickly, for those who don't know, obviously we've got a different kind of audience now from them times. What do? You know what I mean? Who is Elijah?
So right now I'm still a lettings negotiator. I think I was a sales before, but I changed the lettings game. Still trading as well, and I'm in the gym, man. Just staying consistent with that, man. Doing my years still. Yeah, 100.
When was you last at the gym?
Last week still.
Yeah,
I was ill.
How many times a week?
4 days, bro. 4 days. Standard. Yeah.
What's the goal with the gym, or was it just a fitness thing? I'm asking both of you actually.
Fitness, man. Fitness, but still, every guy wants the body, man.
Yeah,
Everyone wants the body
the
still.
fitness thing, but it's the body. I'll be honest with you. Do you get me? That's why I do the bites at the start of my session. You know when you came gym with me?
Yeah, that was dead, bro.
I do
Man, I'd be sweating up for that first 5 minutes.
That's my thing, but it's getting the body right. Do you get me?
I'm with. Before we go in properly, though, I got to give you lots of your props, though. I was here, episode 18?
Yeah. 18,
I've seen you, man, fly through, man. Fly through. Like, you lot need your props. You lot are independent on your stuff. And I feel like 100%. Like, I feel like when we're independent, we don't really get you're doing your thing, keep going. You know what I'm saying? When you're dependent, all the emotional ones, don't go on Insta, but all the emotional ones, you know what I'm saying? It's all the help and that. But us independent people, we don't really get that. You're doing your thing, keep going. You know what I'm saying? And all them small things go a long way, like being a single man, or even just going through you lot stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're not doing your thing. I'm seeing you lot grow from my thing. Shit change, you get me? So, it's a good thing now. It's sick, man. Sick.
Yeah, listen, start of the year now, top of the year. What's 2022 saying for you though, bro, man? What did you learn from that year?
Boy, do you know what it is? Once I got into the lettings game, I just saw like a reality of just 9 to 5, just a lot of social media bullshit, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Just literally just getting the right salary, getting the right job. But the first thing I kind of really took in is just having a skill set, but you love, innit? But before you take it into like a side hustle, entrepreneurship, try get into a job because they'll pay you a lot for it. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's something that I definitely took in, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with the entrepreneur stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? But overall, you can get into a 9 to 5. Like, I like to speak a lot. You know what I'm saying? So when I become a negotiator, I like sales and everything like that. So before I become like commission, you know how it goes. Commission is the closest way to entrepreneurship. Why don't you get paid for it? Do your hours? Do you get where I'm coming from? So yeah, that's one of my things for me.
I rate that still. For me, what was the question again, my brother?
What's the main thing you learned last year?
Main thing I learned last year, it's just that I'm capable, man. I'm built for this, innit? I know we kind of touched on that in the last episode we had as well. But yeah, bro, I'm built for this. 2022, as you were saying in the last episode as well, there's so many trials and tribulations that I went through. But I passed through all of the challenges with flying colours. I'm still here. Do you know what I mean? Like you said with the podcast, if only these lot knew how many, do you know what I mean, things is going on in the background you don't see. But we're still here. We're still going. And like Elijah said, man, I appreciate it words. We've done it from the ground up, man. So I'm built for this, man, for real.
Foundations. What man would say real quick, I say it's not on me, it's in me, and what's in me they can't take away.
That's
you
a
get
Nipsey
me?
thing.
That's a Nipsey thing. Do you get me? It's in me, meaning like everything that I need to be successful is like it's in me. Before I was looking externally to try and attain that success. But then I realised last year that everything I need is within me already, type of shit.
Do you know what quote I'll say for both of you lot? Like Nipsey says, it's minor setback for major comeback. That's my favourite. Yeah. So that's you lot's thing still. Yeah. That's serious business.
It's that real, innit? Like even when it comes to, I give you an example before we go into like, I want to find out more about your career and stuff like that. Yeah. Minor setback, major comeback. Like when it comes to the pod or whatnot, so many small hurdles that we're jumping over every day. Probably even right now after this. Do you know what I mean? But people don't see that. But all you will see is the get back, because that's what will be the thing that's
bro. What people need to understand, that's what comes with it. Like this is what you signed up for. Do you get me? Like, nothing's plain sailing. So anything that you do, whether it's a 9 to 5, like you said, a career, business, you're gonna be faced with certain obstacles you gotta get over, innit? And there's no point sitting there crying over spilled milk. You gotta get the job done. Do you get me? So that's how it goes, man. Be real.
So I've got a question for you. Yeah, obviously, lettings negotiator, and you was talking about being entrepreneurial in your job. What does that look like for you? And how can someone take the steps to be like you and have that entrepreneurial mindset?
And the entrepreneur, I think it's about taking steps in it, but at the same time understanding before you. Entrepreneurship is hard, you know. It's not easy. As well as that, if you got a business, you got to pay corporation tax, then you got to pay income tax. So you're getting taxed twice. You know what I'm saying? So before you even get into that mindset, think, can I get a 9 to 5 where I can? Because you see on TikTok, Indeed, they're dishing out big salaries, but it's about understanding your skill set. It's not even the skills, it's just your personality. You like to talk, you can monetize off this. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk. It's about what ends you want to meet, how you want to make your money. For me, I like commission. I like to work on my performance. If I had a bad month and my performance was rubbish, you know what I'm saying? So commission is for me. Some people are a bit different. They're more like, all right, cool. I like to work with a monthly check and just go off their performance. If it was a good month, they're still gonna get the same money. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying solely commission or
no, commission and basic.
Okay.
Come on, salary and basic and commission both ways. But at the same time, having commission, it drives you to think, I can make more money on your OTE. Do you get what I'm saying? So everyone's a bit different, but that's my mentality drive. It's the same thing, just having commission with you, but having a basic at the same time, innit? So that's how I feel.
Cool. So let's pop the bubble with that one, yeah, because as you said a minute ago, so many people in like 2022, 2023 are on this entrepreneurial mindset. I need to make it from the ground up, which is good, innit? Like, I rate everyone in their side hustle space because we all started there, we've all been there, yeah. 100%. But I want you to kind of sell the advantages of a career for a young person as well. Because for us young people, we're like, nah, bun the work thing, I wanna do my own thing. But what's the benefits you've seen?
Alright, cool. So for the last 2 years, yeah, I took in obviously information, reading books, you know how it goes, innit? So I read a lot of books, but I feel like it was time for me to actually put in the work in the right way. Do you get where I'm coming from? So going off that, I just feel like a 9 to 5, there's so much avenues. It's not the plain saying retail, innit? Like there's corporate, like it's actually cool now. You see on TikTok, the world of my life. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's a cool and normal thing. So I think for a 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what avenue you want to go. It's not even if it's cool or not. The salary talks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going off the whole statistics, social media rich, but some people are HMRC broke. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the truth though. It's the truth though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's standing, innit? So it's about getting yourself out there, innit? And I'll give a gem, in the lettings game, I'm telling you, like, for us people, like all our negotiators, yeah, we'll normally give out a let to like a property, should I say, someone that's employed, innit? It just shows a safety net. Do you get what I'm saying? So just to get a little gem, yeah, in our where I work normally, we give out a normal leverage kind of space, innit? So going off that, so let's say you work, for example, you look for a property for £1,000 a month. Averagely, most estate agencies that I would know, you'd have to make 30 to 40 times the rent. That's like a 40k salary. Do you get where I'm coming from? When you're an entrepreneur and you're self-employed, you make 40k for the year. You may pay yourself 15, 20k. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just that advice. When you're doing a 9 to 5, it's more of a perspective to kind of get further in that, not the real world, but the world that's more easier. Do you get what I'm saying? You could do a trade though. Like, not wrong with doing a plumber and things like that, but when you're a lash tech and that, it's hard still. On social media, it's cool, but in the real world, we'll rather give it to someone that's a retail manager.
Yeah, no, it's facts. And
do you get what I'm saying?
When it comes to business, it's kind of temperamental. Unless you get to a certain point where your business is consistent every month, it's kind of hard to show up them numbers. So when it comes to getting a property and that, the company's gonna want to see the background. How much money have you been making for the past couple of years? And if you can't show that on paper, it's like, where's the money? How are you gonna afford this property? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, so like a little gem as well. Normally, if you're obviously doing a 9 to 5, let's say, I don't know, you're an IT manager, we would normally do your gross income 30 times rent. So like I say, if you're going for a 1K property, you need to make 30K, right? But if you're self-employed, we need to know your net profit. So your net profit will be 30, 40 times. So you got to make £30,000 after taxes. Do you know how hard that is as a self-employment? Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to serve a couple things, and you need 1 year experience as a self-employment. So if you don't have a tax return, some people got no tax returns but showing they're rich. It don't mean nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can look social media rich, but statistically, HMRC knows you ain't making no money. You know what I'm saying? You ain't making no money. Like it's real stuff. So you can do, it's a two-way thing. As a self-employed, it's a two-way thing. You can either be like, let's say a cab driver as an example. You can either show to HMRC and pay more taxes, and when it comes to looking for a property, you're going to get higher leverage, or you can show that you pay less taxes and we show, cool, you can't really afford the property. Does that make sense? So it's a two-way thing, just as self-employment, that I would suggest. So a 9 to 5 it's a possible way that I think everyone should go through when you're young. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it's something that you want to do, pursue, it's always good, like I said in the last episode, be a shadow. You know what I'm saying? Understand what your manager's doing. If you feel like you can run a business, but do a 9 to 5 first. They're paying you well. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's something I would say, man.
What soft skills have you had to learn in order to kind of start your career?
Communications, being able to speak to people confidently, just having just interacting skills, interpersonal skills, being able to network and it's a character building thing. Do you get where I'm coming from? You gotta be likable, how you speak, your tone, your mannerism. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a whole little small things going forward. But it's made up in school, like writing letters, emails. It all goes a long way. Yeah, do you get where I'm coming from?
Sure.
So, yeah.
Even for me and my experience, like, so I've been my career for like 15 months now. Changed role, let's say within the last 2 months. It's a bit difficult. I've had to learn a lot of soft skills, just like you, like literally what you were saying, you know, learning good forms of communication, holding and maintaining eye contact, being confident, being grounded to the point where you're being grounded, but it's not coming across as like aggression and stuff like that, because it's very easy to fall into that, I think, as a young black man, do you know what I mean? Like the way I say certain things. So yeah, man, I've had to learn a lot of soft skills, man. So I definitely resonate with what you're saying, innit? And even what you're saying is like, you know, being social media rich and HMRC broke, yeah. A lot of people need to take that in, because it's all good doing your business and no one's knocking that. But really and truly, what can you really show for that? Or is it just an ego thing? And I think what the point I'm trying to get across, I feel like a lot of young people start these side hustles, this, that, and the third for their ego. Do you know what I mean? Because what's the long-term vision in that? You know what I mean?
I can tell you the real, innit? Me and you was talking on this in the last episode, yeah? Top end of this year, first 3 months I was working. For the rest of the period of the year, I ain't been working, bro. I've been operating solely from the business, bro. It's not easy, you know. Like having a 9 to 5 would be easier than
100%
running a
stability,
business, bro. 100%. It's not easy, like making sure that you hit certain sales every single month to make sure that everything's running smoothly.
Yeah, facts.
Like it's not an easy task to do. You get me? So having a job there, people, I feel like the main reason why people don't want to work is because they want freedom.
But there's no freedom though. You're working 24/7.
Hear what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. When it comes to business, there's no 9 to 5, clock in and clock out. You got to do what's necessary throughout the whole day. Do you understand what I mean? So for those first few years, you're gonna have less freedom building your business than you will running a 9 to 5 career. Do you understand what I mean? So it's not easy. Building a business ain't easy, bro. It's not easy at all. Do you get me? And then what you need to understand as well is like, cool, when you're working a 9 to 5, you've got someone to look up to you. When you're running a business, people are looking up to you. So now you need to set examples for other people. Do you get what I mean? Like you got a team that's responsible, and if they fuck up, that's your fuck up. It's your fault. Do you get me? So,
and also, facts. And also from like a career perspective, yeah, I think it's important, especially for young men, to kind of have that career there, just because it teaches you things, man. Like so many challenges I've learned, like conquering a boardroom. Do you know what I mean? Or like even dumb stuff like, I don't know, how to have conversation or how to conduct yourself in a meeting with quite senior people. Do you know what I mean? These things you need to learn. These are different type of challenges that you need to be able to learn, master, and complete. Do you know what I mean? I think that's like a crucial step in someone's life, for real.
Facts.
But go on.
I was gonna say, so what do you guys reckon? Yeah, I wouldn't even say drawback. Let's say drawbacks. What do you reckon the drawbacks are through the 9 to 5 route, if any?
Because what do you mean by setbacks? Like
setbacks, drawbacks, things that could hold you back from anything. Take it where you want to take it. Because I reckon there's people watching this right now thinking,
go on.
I don't want to get into a career because of X, Y, and Z. So I want you guys to address those things.
Okay. I feel like a 9 to 5 gives you like a comfortability. So
I was just gonna say that.
But I feel like for me, I've always said this to you as well. Before you enter something, you gotta have an exit plan. Do you get what I'm saying? So understand what do you want out of it? What's your experience? What do you want to learn? Is it money? Is it growth? Is it a certain standard point for your CV? Do you get where I'm coming from? So for a 9 to 5, it's just, for me, I would never go to a manager role because that's like a comfortability point. Do you get where I'm coming from? So it's everyone has a manager role. It's like you're not doing it for you, you're doing it as like a group thing. They're gonna pay you enough to stay there. Do you get where I'm coming from? So when it comes to sales, for me, it's a bit of a tricky one because I wanna, like, there's money there and there's money everywhere. Do you get where I'm coming from? But for me, I know there's more money in Canada, Dubai, and America. Do you get where I'm coming from? But if I increase my financial commitments, said it's in episode 18, you can't do that fluctuate. You know what I'm saying? You can't move a certain way once you have that free flow. So it's always like I said, keep your options wide. But before you, like I said, enter something, you gotta have an exit plan. And so that's something for me. Real. I was literally gonna say the same thing as Elijah, innit, about comfortability, and I think it's easy because every month you're getting that check. You know that. Let's say for me and you, so the last time we spoke, I didn't even update you. I didn't end up going for that commission-based role. I was able to negotiate my own role in a company. So I'm on a set salary. Cool. It's not easy, but if I put in a 200% performance at my job this month, compared to next month, I could put in 50 because I'm having a bad month. I'm getting paid the same, bro. Yeah, that's what
I'm getting paid the same, bro.
I can't do that.
Do you know what I mean?
So for him, for me, I like to hustle, but not in the way. I'll still stay in a 9 to 5. But it's the closest way to entrepreneurship.
So I was even adding on to what I was saying. Like it provides you with a comfort and a cushion, do you know what I mean? So you, not saying you don't have to perform, but you just know regardless I'm getting that check.
I don't think that's a drawback though to a certain extent. It can be to certain people, but I feel like it gives you stability to grow whatever else you have around you. You get me? Whether it's a business or property, do you understand what I mean? You know that you've got a certain amount of income coming in every single month. You might get comfortable relying on it, but it's like you got some money to play with now. Do you understand what I mean?
But adding on to that, the reason why I say it's a drawback is because it depends on the mindset you have first, innit? So like for some people, you could have two different people getting paid a salary-based job, one of them is big on mindset, so they know that, like Elijah said, they got their exit plan in place. They know that, for example, what they're here, they're using the cash flow they're getting from the job, like you said, to invest in property business. You know what I mean? Invest the cash flow into an asset, you're gonna pay for the liability. You taught me that, and then you can have a second individual. That's a gem. You understand? And then you can have the second individual here, who's like, raw. Now I'm in the work life. I'm into the work and career space. Let me just go out a little bit. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's just pub, drink, club. And then before you know it, you're 35 and you're in the same spot. Do you know what I mean? Because it's easy to fall into that trap. You have to have the mindset first.
That's what's like with everyone though. It just depends on your perspective on all situations. Do you understand what I mean? Like two different people can have the same situation but have two completely different outcomes. I'd say baseline though, having a career there, you know that you got a monthly salary, you can invest into the things that you need to grow. It's a win-win. I don't see the fault in it. Do you understand what I mean?
And literally, I credit you a lot in it when it comes to the career thing, because you drop a lot of game on me. I know we've had some conversations outside of the pod one-to-one. You drop me advice, and one thing I took in as well is that, like, well, you both said this to me, is that one, your money should be soldiers. So the gems Elijah just taught me from my career, I'm using to fast track myself and developing my career. The more money I'm making from my career now, that's where your gem come in. It's like every extra pound I'm getting is now a soldier that I'm putting to work. So that soldier ain't sitting here for me to go splash on a young Tiger Bay or some Dior to look good. No, that soldier's being put to work on Tiger Crates, Energizer Pod. So these assets can now pay for my Tiger Bay and Dior. Do you know what I mean? It's literally that way, bro.
That's what, like, with a salary, I was literally speaking to my uncle about this, like, the other day. I was having a conversation about my career and everything, and he's obviously in a good career going forward, and shout out to Uncle Marcel, but he ended up getting Canada Goose jacket, innit? Like, he's looking to fly away, go to Canada, innit? And he was like, there's a lot of young people wearing Canada Goose, and I said the difference is when you're in a good, suitable career, you can buy that without a problem, but let's be serious. There's a lot of people our age just waiting 4, 5, 6 checks to fucking pay for a jacket, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? It don't
image, but then again, it comes down to the social media side.
The
HMRC isn't looking too healthy,
don't give
so
a
they're making sure that the social media looks lit. Do you understand what I mean? Like, bro, you don't need to deep it. Social media's here to stay and it's real. Like,
100%.
It's another version of life, bro. Like, if I go on someone's profile, what I see there, I'm gonna think of that person. So if I see you dripping and you go on different holidays, I'm gonna think you're up. Do you get me? Naturally, but me and truly, that could be borrowed money. Do you understand what I mean?
A lot of people are renting watches.
Like, it's crazy,
bro. Renting cars, like,
but at the end of the day, I feel like it's all about being authentic to yourself. I've always felt comfortable just walking into myself and being who I am rather than switching and being someone else. It's like a facade I got to play. I got to keep up with an act this long. Do you get me? Rather than just being myself and maneuvering how I want to maneuver. And if you don't fuck with me for me, then me and you aren't meant to click together. Do you understand me? That's just how it should go.
But you lot are both leaders, innit? When you're not leaders, you like to follow where all the trends at. Do you get what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of women that's driving these stupid things to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? And vice versa. So it's about being true to yourself, innit?
I can't even. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm be real. Yeah. I don't think you can even blame the woman completely, bro. Because I know man that will buy a Canada Goose to impress their brethrens or their friends.
Yeah,
it's not even a girl.
They'll go parties. Let's not even do that. They'll go parties. Yeah, not even to speak to a gal, just to look nice.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna look nice to the man. Then. Do you understand? What it's dead. Like it's dead. You get me? So
But then at the same time, let me throw in a little span in the works. Yeah. Don't you think it's because social media kind of purports this image of like you have to be a certain caliber of man to kind of get not all the girls, not saying everyone's job out there is to go and be like, yeah, look at me, I'm trying to gal, I'm a gallus or whatnot, yeah, but certain man might have the mentality where it's like, let me try and, even if it's to the point where I'm going broke to achieve these things so I can be that guy, so I can.
That's dead though.
That is dead.
Even if you get the kind of the goose, yeah. You're not getting this girl because of who you are. You're getting the kind of the girl.
That's only gonna last so long.
Yeah, and it's like that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna last. And then when she, cool. Put it like this now. Yeah, let's just say you meet a girl, first date, you wanna show her lifestyle. You take a hacker now. That's what I mean. But you know your pockets can't really afford that.
Before you say that, we're all independent leadership men. Yeah. Only man that wear like LV hats and them things there, a woman would take advantage of. You know that, right? Like if you come with a certain characteristic of yourself, they wouldn't even mind us doing a little drive through McDonald's as long as they're with the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying now. So let's say now, first date, you meet a girl, you take a hacker, you want to show a lifestyle now. Yeah, cool. She's seeing you up here now. This is his lifestyle. Give it 3 months now when you can't afford the hacker and you want to take her to a young Nando's.
She's gone.
She's like, what?
She's looking at you sideways. Like, you don't even love me the same way because we're going to hacker and now we're going Nando's. You understand?
Yeah, 100%.
So just be real with you. Like, I don't understand why people try and put on a facade because the girl don't like you for you. She likes you because of the things that you have.
Nah, I agree. Do you know, but you lot know as well, like there's a lot of independent women that don't even want that these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see people doing this kind of the goose life and the whole lifestyle at early 20s and they say they don't want an independent woman.
There's nothing wrong with doing that, but if you can afford it, then that's calm. But if you're breaking your back to do your
thing, as long as you sort out mumsy as well, then that's the fact. But yeah, like literally back what I was saying, or like if they're at a point where like they're buying, like I said, all these jewelries and Canada Goose at early 20s and that, and then you got independent women out there putting in work, and then there's, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of women out there, a lot of guys saying they don't like an independent woman. For me, that don't make no sense because if you're 20, she's 20, she's putting in work, you're buying all this life to show off to girl, and then you're like, rah, she makes more money than me. What's the problem? Do you get what I'm saying? You just took your time to get up there and she did. Do you get? So when I see these things on social media, I'm like, why do we have these conversations? Like, it's kind of pointless. Like, just do you secure your job, your life, your dreams, and then you'll meet the other half. Do you get what I'm saying? But all of this trying to show lifestyle early, fam, like really and truly, your 20s just put in the work, it's and your 30s. Yeah, they always say you make your most money in your 30s and your 40s. So if you're doing in your 20s, you're over average. You know what I'm saying? When we're over average, that's just standard. You get what I'm saying? So if we just stay consistent, it will eventually come to us. It's a standard basis. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a standard basis still.
I rate that. And I think with social media as well, so many men think that like, they're almost feeling pressure to make it so early. Like, gee, you're 20, you just come out of uni, my G. Do you know what I mean?
Let's
you're wearing this thing. We all know men who are in the uni are coming Dior B22s and they're back at home in the bunk bed. Do you know what I mean? And for Christmas, bruv, is that real? Like, you can't be doing that, man. Like, don't try and rush the process, innit? Like, take your time. If people overlook you now, it's calm, because when you really do make it and you do it authentically, build your solid foundation, they're gonna want to double back, but it'll be too late for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the mindset I have.
That's what you, when you was on I posted you on my private about trust the process. It's just, I actually like the slow progress, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what, the slow progress, you're more, what's the word? You got, what do you say? Attitude for gratitude. That's how you start to get more. You get what I'm saying? So once that comes in, the slow progress, it feels nice. You're more grateful. You know what I'm saying? You have the right friends around you. The slow pace goes a long way. If you're making, don't get twisted. If you blow early, you blow early. But that's how, not say a lot of people go through depression and certain things, but they say money don't make you. Was it money doesn't make you happy? Something like that. When you get to that, if you do it early, do you know what I'm saying? Well, if you do it slow, gradually. Getting rich, like, why does everyone become a millionaire at 25? It's fine to go 6 figures at 30. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Is what gets built quick can be broken even quicker.
Facts, 100%.
And when you go the slow route, you learn certain things during the process. You understand what I mean? So when you're building a business, it might take you 10 years for your brand to really connect with people. But throughout that process, you learn how to communicate with people. You know how to be relatable with people. But let's just say you have your brand now, it pops within a month. You've missed out on a whole learning curve. You understand what I mean? There's nothing wrong with making your brand prop, get your bag, do you get me? But you've missed out on a whole process there.
Real. And I also think, back onto your point about like people who blow early and stuff like that, like it's a blessing and a curse. A blessing because, you know, success has been bestowed upon them at an earlier stage in their life, but the curse can come through like you haven't really went through certain trials and tribulations to become person worthy of having these things. So like, let's say now we're all jugging, you're working on your career, so you have to conquer the boardroom. That's a challenge, and then you'll be rewarded based on that. So you've actually really took the step by step to get to this point. But someone who just went from step 1 to step 10, you don't really know how to maintain that because you haven't went through the mud. Does that make sense? You haven't went through the trials and tribulations, the being overlooked, the long hours, the late nights, the this, the that, the third. You know what I mean?
It's like some of these crypto guys now, like during this whole pump and dump stage, like there's certain men that were broke, invested like 5 bills, they chopped off it, they're up now. Do you get me? They made a good couple $100 grand or whatever the case may be, but now they're thinking, yo, whenever I need to make money, I invest money into crypto and I'm up. But that's not how it works now. Do you get me? Now crypto's on the downhill. You're pissed because you're thinking, right, my money's running low, I need to get more money. I'm used to this certain lifestyle, but I can't do the same thing that I've done before. Do you get me? You didn't learn no lesson. That's not to say it ain't a good thing you made a good rack, do you get me? But it's like you don't really learn that in the process still.
Somewhere else, what is something you're looking forward to in this year? But like not the jug, we done that. We already know the mindset of the man them, but I'm talking like holidays. What's your highlights?
I'm literally saying that. I feel like this year I've had like, you know, Princeton now, innit? He said one thing, have order, one routine daily earns rewards, innit? And I feel like, you know what I'm talking about? I stuck with it the whole way, and I feel like now I've got a foundation of work, foundation of my side hustles going forward and everything like that. It's more kind of just live a little, do you know what I'm saying? But live a little with the right people, do you know what I'm saying? Still network, like I'm ready to go a trip to Manchester, when that works.
Off cam, we have a chat.
We got to make it happen, do you know what I'm saying? But it still have the little enjoyment when you do, you know what I'm saying, going forward. So I would say like more or less holidays, new experiences. I'm done with the party life. It's dead in the UK, man. It's just, that's one thing about the UK though. If you go away, you come back, you're more like in hustle mode straight away. Do you get where I'm coming from? All the parties and that, same life, going up there, it's dead still. Do you get where I'm coming from? So
that's
I'll
what I heard
holidays.
about America still. I heard America is just proper hustle culture. Like,
even
if you go to a club, you're gonna see man outside hustling. Like,
100%.
Do you get me? Like, I even saw a story that there was different lines to get in a club. So let's say you pay $20 to get in a club now, If you want to get in the club quicker, you go in a different line, you pay $40. If you want to get in there right now, you pay $100. Do you get me? Like, there's different levels of hustling in different countries. You get me?
That's crazy still. For me, I'm on, bro, the experience thing, what you said, I resonate with that a lot, innit? I think 2022 for me was just kind of head down jug, man, you know what I mean? Like really start to build the foundation. And now as I'm continuing to build and add on to that foundation, I'm trying to kind of just see life a bit more, innit? Like obviously last year you went Jamaica and that. I know you went on holiday as well with your family, bro. Like I didn't go on no holiday last year in 2022, innit? But 2023, like I'm definitely touching the Caribbean once. I just want to have new experiences with new people, literally, like you said, innit? So for sure, man, that's definitely something I'm looking to do.
What's something that you would say in like your 9 to 5, obviously you have in your business as well, that you would kind of say a skill set that you've kind of gained, or any skills inside that you've got?
I'd say accountability.
Confidence.
I say accountability number one, because I said it already, that people are relying on me now. Do you get me? So if I'm not doing certain shit within the business, it's like everyone's gonna come to me and I've got answers for everyone. Do you get me? So it's that side of things, but also just understanding that if someone within my team isn't doing something properly, it's still my fault. Do you get me? So just holding myself accountable. I'll probably say accountability still.
Right, that's still for me. I'd say confidence, man. Like obviously, I keep talking about my job, but I'm confident in my constant ability to add value in my company and add value to my company. Does that make sense? Like I'm into this new role now, so I work as, I'm basically like a Gen Z specialist, or a bit of like a Gen Z consultant for my business. Work for my business, my company I work at. I work for an advertising company. And confidence comes from, if they didn't believe in me, I wouldn't have got that role. Do you know what I mean? If they didn't, the big senior people I'm talking about didn't believe in my ability, the way I can provide and add value to the business, to the employees, whatever, I would not be in a position I'm in today. So that's one thing I've really learned, is that just be confident and grounded in my own thing, because I'm doing levels and people are seeing that I'm doing levels, but I don't see that I'm doing levels. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like that imposter syndrome, but brush that now, man. Like, I am doing my thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm walking my truth. So that's what my career's taught me still.
How about you?
With what the advantages?
Yeah.
I would say being able to just work in a team, man. Be able to work in a team, be able to be an asset how you can, but be able to just take advice. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm more group commission. So normally in the stage here, it's kind of competition, but group commission for me is good. Reason being, like, when you're new in the game, when you're learning, your managers or your people that's been in the game already or senior have to show you the game. Doesn't make sense. So when they show you the game, it's like, I can run with it now. We're not competing. So with that, it just makes you as a better character building person. Do you get where I'm coming from? So but going off that as well, what was I gonna say? What advantages would you say your job gives you?
In what? It's like general life.
In general life.
I'd say it's definitely taught me about like marketing. Like I always feel like I have a bit of a, I want to say, advertising head. So like whenever I see maybe a young advert on social media or TayTrendsetter, you got a new drop going on, I'm just looking at things, but from a different perspective. I don't even know how to articulate it, but it's like I've always got that advertising lens on. So it's like, like you might see that as, oh yeah, there's some billboard. I'm thinking, no, that's an out of home campaign that probably cost in a region of 200k plus, that was targeting this audience between 23 to 28 from, I don't know, a market that's running for X amount of time. Does that make sense? Yeah. A lot of analytics I've learned, things like reporting, which is also a transferable skill I've been able to bring to Ty Creates as well. So it's about like not just your exit plan, but looking at what value you can kind of take from your job and seeing how you can apply the 9 to 5 to the 5 to 9. You know what I'm saying?
100,
That's literally what I've been doing.
Facts.
What about you?
Obviously, I don't really have the career type of job, innit? So I'm gonna talk business. What was the question you asked?
What's the advantages what like your business gives you? Like what advantage could you take to the real world?
Boy, that's one thing that I would say. Boom. I just say dealing with pressure. As I said at the start, like running a business isn't easy, bro. Like, it's a challenge, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So dealing with pressure and being able to make sure that the business is still growing despite certain things within your business not working at certain times, innit? So I'll probably just say that it's dealing with pressure still, and then outside of that, it's kind of taught me how to deal with pressure from my personal life too. Does that make sense? Do you get me? So that's what I say. Still.
Nah, for real.
Yeah. For me, the advantages of my job, there's so much things that I would have so much indirect networking. I've had so much opportunities, like sales directors, people that I've gone for viewings, things like that, and they're like, right, I like your mannerism, would you do, or I'd like to come work for me. I've had a couple opportunities come my way, but at the same time, like I don't really rush the process of, you're doing something now, I'm gonna hop on with you. Do you know what I'm saying? Before you, like I said, enter something, you gotta have an exit plan. But for me, going forward, it's been a thing where like I've seen a lot of opportunities. Like in the lettings game, like one of the things you got to do, you got to register people, understand their income, what they do, and their job roles. So for me, I'm able to see like the market of what's the most popping job roles, what's the most popping businesses, you know what I'm saying? And I'm able to just take that on, just not even like I want to do it, like but I take a mental, there's a lettings, with what I do, there's a lot of mental notes that I've taken down. I'm like, this is the path, this is where the money's at, do you know what I'm saying? In my skill set, I may want to get into tech now, I may want to get into IT or stay properly. That's like that 3 lamps, just to me seeing what's good for me, do you know what I'm saying? Then you have conversation with certain people. So I would say it just brings a lot of future opportunities for me. That's like the advantages I've got for my job. It's a lot of future opportunities that come my way.
Still, like planting seeds, would you say?
Yeah, a lot of planting seeds that has me questioning where do I want to go next? Because the money's bigger. Like I'm telling you, once you see an opportunity, because I'm like a middleman, I'm trying to put 2 people together. It's like, right, you make that much money, but you make it at, I don't know, 30, 40. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people from other countries coming into this country, and they're just taking things. Trust me, they're taking properties, they're doing 12 months in advance. Do you know where I'm coming from? So it's a lot of things where like I may want to go here, I may want to go there. There's just a lot of opportunities everywhere. So for me, like sales is great in the UK, but if I want to take commission and not be around the safety net of a basic, then it might have to be America for me or Canada. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm really trying to take them new hats. As long as I don't have no child, then you know what I'm saying? I'll take that risk still, 100%.
I rate that still. What do you reckon the importance of networking is then? Just in general, not even in terms of your 9 to 5. I'm just talking about manoeuvring throughout life. That's for both of you.
Before you even say the importance, have you taken down like how would you say to network? Like what's have you like broken it down already in any episodes?
Really? Could do that now.
Yeah. So, alright, cool. For me, one of my ways I would say it's easy to network as a guy. For a girl, it's different. As a guy, everyone says they get girls in it, right? Standard. Everyone says they have confidence in it. Like, it's the same thing. It's about, if you see a good-looking girl that's your type, you're not gonna let that slide, right? You're gonna chat to her. Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's a both-way thing. So if you treat that as, I don't know, that's a good-looking girl, for example, right? That's a millionaire man. It's the same thing, different language. You're speaking to a girl to get to know her.
Yeah, I remember I had a conversation.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's the same thing. If you're networking, you're getting to know a business. Can they help me? Can I help you? And leverage. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like networking for a guy is literally just speaking to a girl, to be honest. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's where my foundation came from.
My dad forced me.
My dad as well. Like, when I was young,
my
dad was literally like getting me used to speaking to girls.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's where the confidence came from. Do you get me? So when it comes to speaking to people on a daily basis, anyway, from young, I'm talking pre-teenage, I've been trying to speak to girls. You understand what I mean? It's like I've got a foundation there ready. So I've been speaking to girls for years. I can speak to you.
Same before their national insurance.
You know what I would say as well, and onto the networking thing, like, get out of your head. So that's the first thing I'd say mentally before you actually do the act of having a conversation. Just remember, bro, it's just a conversation. You've already had 50 today. And I feel like people are like, oh yeah, networking, it's a fancy turn. Now your hands are sweating and you're, hi, my name, do you know what I mean? Bro, all you're doing is just saying words to someone the same way you was on the phone 10 minutes ago, the same way you was having a conversation with your brethren 10 minutes ago. Do you get it? Like, this is something for me, like old me. I used to be bare, like raw, like I don't know what to say to this person, but bro, I'm just talking to you the same way I talk to anybody. Do you get it? Like, what is that? Do you know what I mean? It's just we're just flying words back and forth. Do you get it? So that's what I would say.
Do you know what it is? I've adapted to this, but when I was younger, my thing when it came to networking is I'm better than you. I'm not speaking to you. Do you get me? So like people in my school, it's like, you know, like there's that group of people that's not very popular. They're not very popping like that. And you avoid them in school, like you breeze past them. Do you get me? But as I've grown and throughout business, I've learned this as well. It's like the people that you wouldn't expect to be doing well are doing well.
Doing well, yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So speaking to people, it could be a random person, even down to like the man in the corner shop. We're not understanding he's built like a successful business right there. Do you understand what I mean? Like he's got consistent cash flow coming in, restocking products all the time.
Probably weren't even from this company if it's a boss man as well.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you get me? So don't see yourself as this big mighty guy, like I'm too big to speak to him. Don't see yourself as too bossy. You get me? Like speak to the person, even down to like the dry cleaner. You never know what they can drop on you.
You never know. You never know.
And it's about treating all the same, like people with the same level of respect in it. So whether it's a big CEO at your company or a taxi driver when you go inside a cab, it's like treat them with the same level of respect.
I think there's one thing I would suggest if you want to network. I always say like your comfort zone is your broke zone, right? So all you have to really say and really start with, your comfort zone is your broke zone, innit? So like I say just come out your zone. And one thing I always say, start with a compliment. Your hair's nice, you got a nice tracksuit, do you get what I'm saying? And then it opens up for the other person to feel like ease to speak to you. Do you get what I'm saying? So like that's how, like I said, it's literally just speaking to a woman. Standard, man. Just start with a compliment, innit? So
and it works the other way around as well. Make sure you have something on, might be your hair, your clothes, that someone can compliment you about as well. Do you understand what I mean? And remember you. Let's just say now, you and your braids, and someone speaks to you at an event, they're gonna say, I remember that guy
with the braids,
Elijah with the braids, boom. Do you understand what I mean? So just have something distinctive about you.
I'm gonna take that quote on with me, bro. Your comfort zone is your broke zone. That touched me a little bit still.
No, it's true, man. It's true.
Every time you're in your comfort zone, you're in your broke zone.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much money you make. You know what I'm saying? As you may be as cocky as possible, you still have to come out your comfort zone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
saying?
That's
the only way you're gonna grow in it. For real. Back onto your question about like things that the career life has taught me as well. One thing I wanted to mention is that it's definitely taught me how to look at life a lot more objectively. And what I mean by that is like, I'm sure it's the same for you as well, I'm working with big people. Me, I'm 20, innit? Like, I'm 21 in like 2-3 months, I'm sitting in the office rubbing shoulders with big 40, 50-year-old men and women who've got kids, families, mortgages, all that stuff, So it makes me look at life a lot more objectively, because now when I'm talking to, say, my big cousin, and I might be having a disagreement with him, I'm like, bruv, like, you need to pattern up, because you're just an adult. Does that make sense? But I look at them like, oh, that's big cousin. Not to say I'm going to be disrespecting my family, never that, but it just makes me look at people a lot more objectively, because when I'm working with my colleagues who are 40, 50, you know what I mean, they've got house here, house there, they just moved to doing the mad thing, they are just individuals. So now when someone else might try and tell me something, I'm not in my head about who they are or their title. Oh, she's a CEO. Oh, she's a so-and-so manager. No, you're just a person. You're just an adult, the same age as my mum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I have to agree. That's why it's good to kind of be with older people as well. There's a saying, you got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen till I speak once. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's always be like a shadow. Understand what they're doing, how long they've been in the game for, why they're still working there. Why are people leaving? Do you know what I'm saying? Is it for good things or bad things? And just see where you're going from there. So yeah, it's kind of just taking advantage from that.
Real still.
Deep one. So let me put a spanner in the works now. Yeah.
Always.
Chat to me.
Gallon.
Chat to me.
So I have to do it. You don't have to. 3 man them here. Yeah.
I knew it was gonna
say this year. Yeah.
Do you know what it is? We're keeping this conversation very PG. You know. That's why my head I've been laughing.
It's tight, man.
We wouldn't do this 100% off camera. This is like 70% how we're talking.
It mad PG.
So what's going on with the gallon? Single man, taken man. What's going on for everyone?
Who you talking to?
Both of you.
No, I'm single, man. I'm single.
Yeah.
I was saying to you the other day, it might have been even yesterday or day before, like, I know me personally, I'm not ready for a relationship right now. Tried it. It's not for me. Do you understand what I mean? Because I'm just in a selfish period of my life right now, to be honest.
I'm
it's just my thing. Like, I haven't really got time to be dealing with any outside emotions or taking, like, I already there with it right now, do you get me? So I'm in a selfish period of my life right now, I'll be so real.
But it's good to have a little distraction there and there, though. Come
on,
man. Nah, man. Hey, listen,
Let's not
Elijah's like, picks up by you, we can't shoot that.
Let's not cap on the podcast, innit? Like, of course, like, the man them will speak to girls every now and then.
Real.
But it's about making sure that your ultimate vision is getting the most priority. Do you understand what I mean? Like, girls come and go. Do you get me? Until you find your one and you want to settle down, just double down on what you're doing. Do you get me?
Yeah. What about you?
You can't go around with a little distraction.
Nah, I'm saying with you, man. Single as well. It's literally just on the money. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm still like, obviously, come on, distraction with good-looking guys, no homo, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm still on the single life. Still pursuing mine.
Yeah. So we saying if the right one pulled up right now?
That's a question mark, you know.
What are you saying?
Like, do you know why it's a question mark? Because it's like, cool, you may be ready now, but mindset-wise, at 25, 26, are you really ready? Or are you happy with the right one that you're with? Do you know what I'm saying? Or has that person grown to that level of where you needed to be? Do you get where I'm coming from? So I feel like in this generation, I feel like a lot of guys and girls, they put the opposite gender first, innit? And that's why a lot of careers and a lot of people don't get to pursue where they want to pursue. And I've said there's 2-way things with this, yeah. It's either you go for love or career. You can't combine them both at a young age. If you go for your career, love won't be there 100%. If you go for your love or you're with someone in a proper relationship, you can't hit your full potential. If I want to go America now, I've got to think about the missus. Do you get what I'm saying? So I can't go for the full potential of my salary and my career. So it's still a question mark, man. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't do both. Like, people say you can do both, then you got to think, are you making money then?
In the last episode, this balance thing, it don't really exist, bro. Like, certain times to get to where you need to forget balance, bro. Just focus on what you need to do. 100. Like, balancing a relationship and your graft, it can be done, innit? But you're not gonna reach your maximum capacity.
Yeah, literally, it's the same thing.
Get me? So
nah, it's that real.
That's just the real.
But I'm literally the same as the man the minute. Like, obviously, we all come into play with girls, women, and you know, trials and tribulations, whatever, yeah. But for me, why am I laughing? Why am I laughing, bro?
That's funny, man.
When you finish the sentence, niggas laughing at me. But I'm in the same boat as you, man, innit? Like, on a real thing, like, I've just realised to myself that I'll try and do the both. Like, I spoke to you literally on the way here today. I'll try and balance the two, but it just doesn't work. For me, personally, it does not work. And every girl that I speak to, I will let them know that my purpose, my jug, building the foundation of my life is what is my main priority. Doesn't mean to say I'm going to disrespect you, count you out, no. But I'm going to say it again. My purpose, my jug, the foundation of my life is my priority. Does that make sense? It's either you can be a part of my life, but you understand that, or you don't. Don't try and come and change me because it's not what I'm on. You know what I mean? Literally, we said this outside of the pod.
That's why I feel like both people, as a man and woman, you need your foundations, innit? Like, you can't be straight with your life as in foundational, as in she don't know what she's doing. That means you're here to help her build her where she needs to go. And then if you get to a certain level, it's like, let's say she leaves, you built a woman. Do you get what I'm saying? We're not building people, working on foundations, innit? So I feel like, still at a young age, you still got to balance the both and see what's good for each other.
And I feel like before you get into a relationship anyway, you need to understand that person properly, bro.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, man learned that late, and I got burnt from doing it. Do you get me? Like, you need to understand, like, what's their family background like? What's their morals like? What's their values like? Do you understand what I mean? These small things you can't just go on face value more time. Because, bro, I'm telling you now, we'll step outside and see at least 10 girls that we think are Chris. But it's like, their background might be a bit crazy, and what they're gonna do to my life? Do you get me? So,
that's one thing. The looks gets the door open. You know what I'm saying? But then the personality, character.
Looks are important, no?
100%. Yeah, that's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. Nah.
Yeah, you're right. It's that real, innit? You know what it is with like the whole gallon thing in relationships. Yeah, for me, it's just like, bro, I was trying to make time for that commitment and see where it could go. Because certain of the man them, like some of my other friends are in relationships doing the thing, and I'm like, bro, like it's winter, it's cold, and da. But for me personally, yeah, it's just not like my prerogative right now. It's not my focus right now at all. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a man, not robot. So you might see me out on a Saturday night, you know what I mean? Tell me, call me where I'm on a date, rude boy. You understand? But the whole relationship thing, nah, man, that's not my focus still. My head ain't set on that. And I'd be lying if I came on and said it was.
I hear you lot, yeah? I'm in the same boat. But what's going to switch that? When are you guys going to be ready then? Is there going to be a
That's a very good question. Maybe we just need to just get a single life system, man.
Yeah, but don't say that, because I'm not out here dogging it. I don't want to... Don't do that, bro. Don't do that,
let's be honest. Let's be honest. We do need to get a single life. Like, we ain't done the holiday, man. You get me? Let's be honest, man. We ain't done that. What happens on holiday stays on holiday? I'm saying that.
Imagine now, yeah, you find your thing in West London, yeah? You see this girl in West London, but bro, you might find your ultimate girl in flipping Dubai.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, you can't tie yourself down yet, bro. You understand?
China.
That's what I'm saying. Like, China, you know them China ones? Yeah. I knows what I'm talking about. Hey, lucky I'm not on a draw. Lucky I'm not on that today.
Man did a little reminiscent thing
with
that.
Oh, you're killing me still. But yeah, bro. And I think as well, what comes with like being a single man. No, I'm not saying you should be out here dogging, but do what you want to do at the end of the day, yeah. But I feel like every man needs to go through a certain amount of life experiences with women, without women, just as a whole, innit? So it's like, in order for you to kind of be a well-rounded man, you need to, like I said, conquer the boardroom, conquer when it comes to women, be confident, you know what I'm trying to say, like in and out, attracting women, moving to girls, etc., yeah. When it comes to your business, finance, all that. So you need to just be an all-rounded individual. But let's say that person now, let me take the example of certain of my guys, for example, who may be in a relationship for the past 4 years, yeah. Touch wood, they have a fruitful relationship with their woman. I hope it does, God bless. But if they're in a scenario where they may break up now, what are they gonna do? Because they don't have actual experience with women. They just have,
especially in the prime years of 18 to 21, bro. You gone out the window. Gee, I'm saying like that's a long thing. But I want to switch it though, just for accountability's sakes, because we always have a legendary episode for you lot all the time, innit? But like one thing I'll always say, like, who do you want to be when you're 30? Like 20s is putting in work, right? Yeah. And it's gaining the results, it's doing what you're doing, head down, full gas, yeah, no breaks. But why 30? Like, what's the person you imagine to be? We're gonna hold each other accountable, everyone here, because when it's time to reload it a couple years back, we're gonna see. But who's like by 30? Like, not even like, what do you want to achieve? What's your surroundings? Like, how do you want life to be? Like, 30, think about this one.
By 30, I'm going to be a multi-property owner. I'm going to be a property entrepreneur. By 30, I'm no longer going to be in the 9-to-5 system. I'm going to have assets that I would have built in my 20s that are now paying me dividends, so I no longer have to exchange my time for money. In terms of family and that, I don't know. I would like to have a child or two. But at the same time, don't hold me to that now. You know what I mean? The rest of the stuff hold me to, but that's an add-on. That's a bonus still. But in terms of my career, my success, I'll be in a position where I no longer have to exchange my time for money, for sure, guaranteed. Yeah, and I'll be making well over 6 figures a year. Hold me to that. That's what I'm on still.
I'm gonna sit here and lie like I have the whole blueprint, because I don't. I'll be honest with you, but my thing is making sure that my mum and my dad are looked after properly.
Oh, I forgot that. Mum's retired. Sure that
none of them are working. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's number one.
How can I forget?
I'd say removing me making money from my time, innit? Like, I don't want to be associated working a 9-to-5, even though right now we're saying there's nothing wrong with it, but by the time I'm 30, I want to have my things set up in a way where I'm not exchanging my time for money. Do you understand what I mean? I want to be able to travel the world. I don't need to think about how much a flight's going to be. Do you get me? I can fly about to different countries, have different businesses in different countries, different partnerships in different countries. And I'd say, just in terms of the clothing brand, just being a staple, an icon within UK fashion still. So when you think of a clothing brand, the first man that comes is trendsetter. Do you get me? So just being destructive with all my businesses, whether that's the podcast, whether that's the clothing brand, just being destructive, breaking through, and then little family wouldn't be bad still.
I'm saying for you though, on your, obviously when I come off the pod episode 18, like you got the whole title of I feel like you hustle so hard that people know you for trendsetter. You don't even, we know, like, and that's a good rep. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a heavy, I think a lot of people say it, like, hustle hard until you don't even need to introduce yourself. Like, I feel like you're at that point now. Like, you don't think so, but bro, since episode 18, I'm like, oh, TayTrendsetter. You know what I'm saying? Just the end, like, it's a catchy phrase, like, do you know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna keep it real with you, yeah. I feel like within my area, I've kind of conquered and
Nah, bro, you're in South as well. The South London gal know about you.
I'm talking about just from what I can see in it, like my area wise, I've conquered it, and that's what my original plan was, starting this clothing brand, innit? Is to conquer my area. I still haven't fully done it yet, but now it's about expanding to different areas. So man in Birmingham, man in Bristol, do you get me? Knowing about me as a person, but the clothing brand as well, do you get me? And the podcast. So yeah, man, that's what I say still. What about you though, my guy?
Yeah, I was gonna say
30. I wanna kind of take it a bit slow, innit? Like, I feel like for my career of sales and me being a close, I'll probably work till 35, but not as in working, but like just be able to just close doors. So work for a company and close a large door for like a trendsetter to work with someone, but I'm closing a large door. So it's me just being able to just be on phones and closing, but not like still be away, still do my thing. So I kind of just be at that sales potential where I'm not closing a lot of deals, but the deals I'm closing, they're like 10 million, but I'm hitting 10% of that. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't have to do as much of that. I'm taking it a bit slow on that point. I would say hope to have a child probably like 29, earliest 28. We hope so. You know what I'm saying? But overall, literally, you just still have the healthy hair. Standard.
You're not gonna cut that off.
Nah, I ain't cutting it, man.
You're not cutting it?
That's just like you know when certain people have like a certain slow, like
like a look.
The hair, man.
But I think I might get dreads when I'm like mid-20s.
Everyone's doing that trend now. Everyone's passing the Kano
I'm trying to
stage.
go on my thing now, but I can't lie. I'm not on it, bro. I'm cutting it, bro.
Keep it low, like keep what.
I'm on the wave thing, bro.
It's cold, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Me, I'll tell you now, I've been having this thing all year. Even now, my thing's a little piece longer. I'm not cutting it. Fuck the waves. Short hair.
But you know what it is though, yeah? When you get your hair to your point, it's lit. But it's the middle stage that man don't
you man got the maggots on the headpiece.
Yeah, bro. Even this stage here, like, I can't do nothing with it. It's there.
You can't rush it, but yeah. Back what I was saying, 30. Yeah, just be at a point where I want to do secure my first mortgage, 100%. But more or less as I wouldn't actually mortgage for myself, innit? Like, I'll mortgage to rent out. Because I feel like mortgage on yourself, you're there to stay stagnant, innit? Like, you can't move or do anything at that point in time. But yeah, just literally just kind of just have that flowing of commission-based, just closing, selling, 100%. Be able to travel and still close, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's literally really it, to be honest. Just kind of just having a mindset strong, have the body right, mind right. Going forward and just staying healthy from there.
For sure.
I'm more like slow because I got the hair now. Obviously, I have to grow the beard, but once the body comes straight, I'm getting tats though.
I forget that.
I was speaking to someone yesterday about tats. I might get tatted up real soon.
Take your time with that though. People doing that off the popular thing.
No.
Obviously, that's what women like. They like that, but take your time.
That's why man hasn't got that.
Take your time with that one. Still, a lot of men are doing that for women. Still,
I already know what I'm getting. I'm getting FCHW shit. That's the first
I rate that still.
But yeah, man. Bro, I can't lie, these tats stick with you. You gotta be careful when you put in your skin, you know?
Especially if you're in a 9 to 5, no neck tattoos.
No, but you know what? You cut through though, I can't lie.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, bro, I'm 20 years old, young black man. I got a hand tattoo, do you know what I mean? Not saying it's like, look at me, but obviously this already, like my mum was like, right off. Yeah, just as soon as I got the hand tattoo, my family's like, he's done. You know what I mean? He's done. He better make it, you know what I mean? But obviously I'm still doing my thing in the career. I think even though that's a stereotype that is still a bit relevant, it's not as relevant say 5-10 years ago. I'm not saying get the mad thing on the forehead, the 21 Savage thing, but what I'm saying is like your outside aesthetic doesn't necessarily dictate who you are, innit? So if you want to get that tat, you can still get a neck tat and be the baddest property letters negotiator in the game, innit? Obviously you'll be against the standard.
That's when I feel like when you pass a certain part in your career as well. Yeah. Obviously you, like I said, you bust through in it, so you might as well go all of them.
I wouldn't be done with it.
Times were tough.
But I would get like a half sleeve. Listen, tats is coming for me soon, innit?
I think you have to take time with that. I feel like a lot of people go past it.
I want to get the sleeve, but I'm waiting until my arms are proper.
Literally, because you know is once you get it done properly,
out.
they literally stretch your thing. So I do wanna take time. I'm fine about it. Some people they need tats and all these things to get yellow. I don't need that. We don't need that. You get me? But
yeah, no man.
Nah, Rilla.
Say no more. I reckon that's it on the way out. You know what we do. You know the procedure already.
100 man.
Drop a gem for them. So
I'm just saying, have order, man. If you didn't have it last year, have it this year. Orders, one routine daily earns rewards. Stay consistent with that. Find a basis, get advice, get into the 9 to 5, and just keep going, man. Stay in your mum's house until you got 40 bags to your name every year. Standard. But yeah, other than that, yeah, man.
Smart, fam. For me, before I even drop my gem here, you lot need to tap in with my boy Elijah, innit? Like, I swear down, honestly, if there's one person I've really taken gems from, not just across the board, but specifically in terms of career and stuff, it's my boy here, Elijah, innit? He put me on game a lot, and it's good to have people in my circle that I can turn to for advice, as I can with Tay as well.
Bro, I'm a G-check you right here now, yeah? You need to put yourself out there more, do you get me?
You do.
You know what it is?
Bro, you got hella value to provide people, but you're quiet with it, do you get me? And that's cool, because you're hustling, doing your thing, but put it out there a bit more, do you get me?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's probably my... New Year's was really just putting the work, man. But yeah, just to touch on my gem, I say all that to say Elijah put me onto something else way back when. This was 7 months ago, and it's called Focus, innit? Which is follow one course until successful. I forget that tat, you know.
You really put me on game with that one.
100%,
follow one course until successful. So I'll give you an example. Yesterday in our accountability call, the man them had a plan. Shout out my boy Koza. He's like, listen, I got a business plan, and we was a bit half-hearted in the fence about whether we should do it or not. And then Tay backed out for whatever reason. He said it's not feasible. But what he really did by backing out is saying, I'm not going to go forward with it because he's going to focus and double down on what he's got, Trendsetter, Energizer, and follow those courses until he's successful. And I'm going to do the same, innit? So,
and bro, do you know what? It's mad. I reckon that came from you as well from the last episode still. Remember we was talking about the whole Apple situation.
And we was going back and forth.
And then I realised, like, I double back on myself and I was like, yo, I've already got Trendsetter, Energizer, and a new venture that I'm starting up. That's already 3 things. That's away from career already. Like, I'm juggling bare things. If I'm on another, it doesn't make sense.
That's what I was saying. And obviously, you see the light happens, innit? It happens. But appreciate you lot bringing me back on again. Not a lot of people get wheel ups on it.
Let me
drop my gem. Since the man am dropping acronyms like order, focus, like, you get me? Like, I might as well come with my name acronym, and I've said this bare times, whatever the case may be, but FCHW, I say it all the damn time, but faith, consistency, hard work, in it. That's a blueprint that I've had for the majority of my life. Shout out my cousin Jordan, he put me onto that still. But yeah, faith, consistency, hard work, I reckon those are the 4 things even that you need to cut through, man. You get me? 100,
yeah, man.
Yeah, love for coming on, my bro.
You know, cause last thing, anyone got any Chris Brown tickets? Let me know, please. Standing, yeah, not seating, standing. You get me?